All right, friends, I'm coming to you right here from Orlando, Florida, and I just wanted to share some thoughts that I have about gratitude. And I'm on a personal growth journey, and a little while ago, I put out a video about forgiveness. And today, like I said, I want to talk about gratitude. And I tell you, if you want to really kind of tackle some monsters and really make some things start going well for you in your life, then forgiveness and gratitude are two things. If you nail those two things, there's going to be so many good things that are going to happen to you and they're going to happen through you. But with gratitude, I mean, that is an absolute key to happiness. And they say happiness isn't the things that you have. It's what you think about the things that you have. And that's gratitude all wrapped up in a bundle. And when you really talk about gratitude, it's the difference. It's attitude. It's all about a decision and not so much a state of mind, but it's deciding to be grateful for the things that you have in your life. And really, what I wanted to do is share two personal examples that I have of me having to overcome some of my own things, my own issues. So a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, actually, I was out with my daughter and we were visiting friends. And as we went from one friend's house to another friend's house, to myself, I was noticing, man, yeah, this person's doing really well. Man, this person's doing really well. These are some really nice houses. I mean, they just got it going on. And what I felt in myself was I was comparing myself to others. And comparison is, if you've read any books or you've listened to me or you're a friend of mine, you know that comparison is the thief of joy. Because while I was happy for them and I'm looking at them and the things that they've accomplished, at the same time that I'm happy, I actually feel a little inadequate because in my mind I haven't accomplished those things and I don't have what they have. And I know so many people deal with that whole comparison thing. So as we're leaving, our trip, I'm with my daughter, and I said, "Man, those everybody had some really nice houses. Man, my friends are doing really well." And she said to me, "Well, we have a nice house too," and that hit me, right? That hit me pretty good because it was a slap in the face, and she just really kind of brought a little perspective to what I was thinking, and I'm so glad she did because not only did she change my perspective and change my thinking, but I'm really the one who's supposed to be modeling certain behaviors for her and other people in my life. And if my attitude is one not of gratitude, then I'm teaching that and I'm passing that on and passing it forward. I love my house. Right? I'm very, very fortunate to have it and love the neighborhood and love my neighbors and all of that stuff. And it was a little bit of a slap in the face or a welcome slap in the face, that she was actually able to bring me back to reality. Another example that I wanted to share with you, and if you know me for a few years, you know that I'm pretty active. I like to be out and about. And about 5 years ago, I actually had a freak accident where I ruptured both of my patellar tendons. So my kneecaps were actually sitting on top of my knees, and this was both of them, right? Both at the same time. And for me, it was a drastic change in lifestyle. And there I was. This is about maybe a week or two after the surgeries. I'm laid up in bed. I was that bed was set up in the living room. I got ice packs on both knees and all kinds of things. But through the course of this journey, what happened over the course of this month, not only did I realize I had a lot of people who were there to support me and love me. I had a cousin come and stay with me for a month. I had family come in. I had other people just bring me food. There was just so many things to be grateful for throughout the recovery and after those surgeries. But I tell you, those things were great, but there was just little things. So I actually had to sleep like this. I couldn't turn, couldn't, move around, couldn't anything. And when my knees got a little bit better to the point where I could actually roll onto my side, where I could sleep on my side and just get off my butt, I felt great. When I was able to finally get into a wheelchair, and when I got in a wheelchair, man, I was awesome. I was good because I was mobile. I wasn't, restricted to the house anymore. I could go anywhere I needed to go. And here I am, in a wheelchair in Walmart. And this is a couple of years ago, but that's my daughter pushing me around in a wheelchair in Walmart. I was ecstatic. Here I am doing some wheelchair bowling. Loved it, because I could get out of the house. So when I was in that wheelchair, it was awesome. When I was finally able to get out of the wheelchair and get on the crutches, I mean, that was completely different. I was loving life because my perspective changed. I went from being in a seated position almost all the time to where I could actually be elevated. I could be standing. All right. And then when I eventually got to a cane and I was coaching from a golf cart and all those things, man, I loved it. Loved it because though something was taken away from me, my mobility was taken away from me, I had hope. Right. And I was in this situation where a freak accident happened. I was immobilized. I was in pain, and I mean, you might look at that and say despair, but why was I so grateful? I was grateful because of the people that were in my life. I was grateful because I knew that wasn't a permanent situation. I had hope. And I was so grateful for every step along the way because my perspective changed. When I got out of that wheelchair and I got up and I remember people were like, "Hey, let me get your seat, let me help you out, let me do this." I said, "No, no, I'm good," because my entire perspective on life changed. I had hope. And that's really, what happens with gratitude. If you're grateful in the situations that you are in life, you're just going to find more reasons to be grateful. So, I do have a little bit of a call to action for you guys, right? So if you want more gratitude in your life, you just want to increase your happiness, there's really three things that you need to do. The first thing is what you focus on is actually, it improves. Whatever it is that you focus on will actually improve. And if you focus on the problems that are in your life, then you're going to get a lot more problems, right? If you're focusing or if you're worrying, then you're going to become really, really good at worrying. And then if you focus on the things that you are grateful for, and if you have gratitude, then amazing things happen and you actually get more things to be grateful for. So, and call to action, an actual list. Of what I'd like for you to do, if you want to do this, is make a grateful list. If you want to improve or increase your gratitude, what are some things that you have to be grateful for? If you're watching this video, chances are you're in the US or Canada or somewhere where you have access to electricity, right? You're not in a third world country, and you can be happy and grateful in a third world country, but if you're watching this, you probably don't have to face a lot of those challenges that others have to do around the world. You probably have people who love you, people who care about you, whether that is family or friends. And if you don't think so, you just need to change your perspective. Okay. Another thing that you can do to kind of help change your perspective and increase your gratitude is read, right? Read some books. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the fastest reader, so I actually listen to a lot of books on Audible. But what's going into your life? Another thing that you can do is change up your routine, what you normally do. If you're always around people, I'm always around people. So a lot of times I like to just get away, right? I'll go sit outside. I'll go for a bike ride. I'll go for a run. Any one of those things where I just won't be around people. If you're not around people all the time, then get around some people who are positive and have a lot of gratitude. But just, change your routine a little bit. Another reason why for you to be grateful and why I had hope is whatever your religious beliefs are. I don't know what they are, but if you believe like I believe, then I believe in any situation I've already won, right? Jesus died for me, and I've already won. I have hope, and that's what I believe. And you can have your beliefs, but lean on those. And I just want to finish up with this: the more gratitude you show, more gratitude that you show, the more things you get to be grateful for. So with that, thanks for taking the time to listen to me. You guys have a good night.